Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I welcome you all to my today's class. This is my first appearance before you uh, in an online session with the newcomer first year students. So I hope that you all are well by the mercy of Allah and you are staying safe at home, and we hope to meet you all at our college as soon as the situation is normal in our country. So I'm Obaid Wali, your English teacher. Today we will discuss the question patterns and some basic grammar rules like right forms of verbs and transformation of sentences, which are very needed for you at this level. You know that English is not like other subjects. In English, you need to practice more to get more marks. To do well, you need more practice. And the more you practice, the better you do in your exams. So here you see the marks distribution for English, HSC English first paper. In your English course, you need to buy a book, English for Today, published by NCTB, which is available in market. And here you see in your syllabus, part 1, there is 60 marks is allotted for this part. And the question begins with MCQ. There will be 5 marks in MCQ, and open-ended questions 10 marks, information transfer or flowchart. This is a new topic for you, and summary writing. This first 4 topics will be from your board book. A passage will be provided in the question, and these 4 questions will be based on that passage. Then there is cloze test with clues and cloze test without clues, 5 and 10 marks respectively. So all these things require more practice every day. At least you need to practice 30 minutes to 1 hour. And if you continue this practice, at the end of the year, you'll see that you have a very good command over your English part. Then there is a rearranging. Some sentences, at least 10 sentences will be there, and you'll need to write them in order, and 10 marks is allotted for this part. So in total, 60 marks will be there in your first part of first paper. And I again say that all these things require more practice. You don't need to memorize page after page to do well, to get good marks in your English, but you need regular practice. Then we move to part 2, writing. Part 2 is mainly focuses on writing, and there's 40 marks for this part. Let's see what are the which components are there in this part. Paragraph, 10 marks. Completing stories, 7 marks. Letter or email will be there, 5 marks. Analyzing maps, graphs, charts, 10 marks. And explaining the theme of a short story or poem. A poem or short story will be provided in the question, and you will be required to write the theme, 8 marks. So in total, 40 marks. So 60 and 40, total 100 for your English first paper. Now we will discuss about right forms of verbs. Actually, this you'll need this right forms of verbs, a very clear concept about this um, topic to do well at, in first paper, in both first paper and second paper. In your writing part, you will need this right forms of verbs concept. Also in completing sentences, this which is in your same paper, and close test with clues or without clues. So everyone will find that this topic is very much relevant for you. Now, rule 1. If the subject of a present indefinite tense becomes third person singular number, s or es is added to the subject. Very common, and you know this very well, this rule. Just consider the examples. And another thing is that I like to mention that while you are studying English, particularly English grammar, you should focus more on examples. And you should pay less attention on the definition or grammatical rules. First, look at the examples. The more you practice the examples, the more you become competent in using the grammar in real life. And whenever you master the examples, the rules or the definitions becomes imprinted in your mind. So you don't need to memorize the grammatical rules. So here you see that the boy in bracket play in the field. So obviously the subject is third person singular and the verb is changed accordingly. The boy plays in the field. Likewise, go to the second example. He work, that is given in a bracket, in Japan. So work is changed according to the subject. He works in Japan. We move on to the next slide. Now, again, there is another rule, rule number 2. A sentence without be verb is made interrogative by using do, oblique does, oblique did, according to tense and subject. So this is about interrogative sentences, how interrogative sentences are formed. For example, look at the first sentence. The boy, in bracket, fly a kite. And there is the question mark in the end. So obviously, you get the impression that this is an interrogative question sentence. So in interrogative sentence, do, did, does, these words usually comes at the front. So these here the word does comes first for the single subject, boy. Does the boy fly a kite? Very simple. And you know the pattern. Actually, the main sentence is like, the boy does fly a kite. This is the original sentence. The boy does fly a kite. So if I want to turn it into interrogative, the word does comes at the front. Does the boy fly a kite? Next example. They, in bracket, like to play football. And the sentence ends with interrogative sign. So here you see in the earlier sentence, the word there is does, but here do comes first. Why? Because the subject is they. For this subject, do comes in, at the front. Do they like to play football? They like to play football. Do they like to play football? They do like to play football. The original sentence is like this: they do like to play football. Here, do is usually not mentioned while we write they do like to play football. Do remains inert. But when we make it interrogative, that inert or sleeping do comes very vibrant, becomes very vibrant, and it comes out. And it looks like, do they like to play football? Similarly, the next example, this is about past tense. How we understand that this is past tense? There is signaling word is yesterday. She, in bracket, went there yesterday. While you are writing, while you are using this type of sentences, you use did, and you know that uh, you can't use two past tenses, two past verbs in one sentence. So you very natural that you write it in this way. Did she go there yesterday? You can't write did she went there yesterday. I have found that many students make these mistakes frequently in my college, that they're using this pattern. Did she went there yesterday? This is very frequently made mistake by my students. So you should be careful about writing this type of sentences. Now, rule number 3. Let's look at the examples first. The news to run fast. How this is done, how this is solved. The news runs fast. Again, another example, the wages of sin, in bracket, to be, death. The wages of sin is death. Why this norm is used here, why this rule is used here? There are some nouns which look like plural, but they are actually, they work as singular. For example, the word news or the wages. These look like plural. This may seem to you plural, but they're actually they're singular. That's why we add s with s. We add s in run, and we add is in second example, not are. So you need to be careful while you are using this pattern in your writing. Again, physics. Physics is a singular subject, is a single subject. Though there is s in this at the end of physics, it ends in s, but it is singular. So it should be treated as singular. That's why is used. Physics is my favorite subject. You can't say that physics are my favorite subject. Never. Likewise, Gulliver's Travels. It may seem that, oh, it ends with s, then it must be plural. So you be careful about these types of mistakes. Very common in where students make mistakes. You can say that Gulliver's Travels are or were written by Jonathan Swift. It is a singular subject and a single book. Gulliver's Travels is a single book, and is should be used or was should be used. Now, in another rule, bacteria or mice. These two seem singular sometimes, but these are plural. Bacteria is not singular. This is plural. That's why you see bacteria in bracket use in industries. So what will be used there? Bacteria are used in industries, and it is a passive form. That's why you see bacteria are used in industries by people. That is not said here. That is inert. Bacteria are used in industries. So this is rule number 4, where you see some nouns seem to be singular, but they are actually plural. Again, example 2, you see mice in bracket killed by cats. Mice, you know that mice is the plural form of mouse. That's why mice are killed by cats, and this is obviously passive voice. Some more examples are here for you. Example 3, the cattle in bracket be verbs, grazing, and the cattle means a lot of cows or buffaloes. So very naturally are is used here. The police are investigating the case. The police here means the total police force, and it is used as plural. Then example number 5, you see different phenomena are responsible for this. Why are? Because phenomena means some events, and it is not singular, it is plural. That's why are is used here. Now rule number 5, and this is very common. You'll find this sort of examples in your day-to-day practical lives, and in your while if you read English newspapers, you will get such examples, many such examples in the English newspapers. When we use as well as, or along with, together with, accompanied with, this group of words, how these are used, just look at the examples. Mala as well as her friends, be in bracket talented. Here, what is the subject? You may be in a puzzle seeing that friends, this can be a subject, so you put are there. But if in these cases mala is the subject, that's why you can't use are. You should use is. Mala as well as her friends is talented. Again, the example number 2, you see that the teacher as well as his students is sincere. So the same rule applies. The verb follows the first noun or the first pronoun. What is the first pronoun or noun here? The teacher. The teacher is the first noun here. So verb will follow it, and it becomes is, not are. The teacher as well as his students is sincere. Is it clear to you all? If not, if you have any problem, you can write in the comment box, or you can email me if you have any problem in understanding any rules discussed here. Now we move to the another slide. Here you see another interesting example. The principal together with all the teachers be in bracket in the auditorium. Here the subject is the principal, not all the teachers. All the teachers is not the subject here. So the verb will be changed according to the subject, the principal. So you can use is or was in this case. The teacher, together with all the teachers, is in the auditorium. The next example, this is also very easy, and you can understand why works is here in the example number 4. Rima, along with her friends, works hard. This is obviously singular. Works should be used here, as Rima is the subject here. And last but not least, the another example, the girl along with her parents have in bracket done the job. So what will be the solution? The girl is the subject, that's why has will be used here. The girl along with her parents has done the job. Very clear and simple. Now rule number 6. This is very much important, and you'll find it very much pertinent while you study grammar section in English second paper. Look, ing ing is added to the main verb after the words mind, matter, help, worth, with a view to, or look forward to. If you see these things here, these 6 words after ing is added to the main verb, and ing follows these verbs. If we go to the examples, it will be clear to you. Would you mind, in bracket, to have a cup of tea? In earlier we said, if there is mind or matter, these 6 words, how the change is done, look at here. Would you mind, in bracket, to have a cup of tea? Have is verb, so mind is changing the verb. How mind is changing the verb? It is giving ing ing to the verb. Ing is added to the verb because mind is used here. Would you mind having a cup of tea? What is the meaning of it? Would you mind having a cup of tea? This is very much polite request. So for example, someone has come to your home, and you would like to offer him a cup of tea. So in that case, you can say that, would you mind having a cup of tea? Again, another next example, you see, size doesn't matter, in bracket, to chop, the verb is given here, would. Size doesn't matter. So the word matter will definitely change the verb. Size doesn't matter, chopping wood. Very clear and simple. I went home with a view to. I said earlier that if we get these 6 words, and it will have impact on the verb. There you see with a view to is given there. So obviously the verb is going to be changed. This is very important, very common rule in your exam, and this is very much important for your exam. I went home with a view to seeing my mother. What is the meaning of with a view to? With a view to means with an intention to. Or you can say it very simply that I went home to see my mother. With a view to means with to. My purpose was to meet my mother. Here you see the 2 more examples. I look forward to your coming. And the last one is the scenery is worth enjoying, not enjoy. Enjoying takes ing form because worth is there. Preceding word worth is there, that's why enjoy is changed. Now we move to rule number 7. If the subject of the sentence is a group of words Verb is determined according to head word. The rule, the definitions may seem very hyperbolic or high sounding, but if you look at the examples, it will become easier for you. Look what is there given. The color of his eyes is blue. What is the subject here? Color, not his eyes. His eyes is not the subject here. The color is the subject. Very important thing is this for your exam. You'll find these types of questions very um, um, this type of questions will be given in your exams, and this is very common in your exams. The color of his eyes is blue. Another example, the students of my class, look in this in the second example, what is the subject? The students are subject, not class is subject, and verb will be changed according to the subject. Keep in mind that if you give priority to the less important section, my class, then you will be mistaken. So be careful while you are giving uh, you are selecting the right answer. In this case, the students is subject, that's why R should be used. As the students is plural, that's why the R will be used here. In rule number 7, the weather of autumn is charming. The weather is the subject, that's why definitely I can use is. I can use the singular verb. Again, another example, the advantage of mobile phone. The advantage, here is a mistake, that it should be you should read it, the advantages of mobile phone in bracket be given various. So here the subject is advantageous, that is the plural, so you can use are definitely. And if you give is, and you think, if you think mobile phone is the subject, then you are definitely wrong. Now another rule, rule number 8, neither nor, very common topic, neither nor, either or, and I hope you studied these rules in your SSC, and it's just like a revision of your earlier studies. If a sentence is if a singular and plural verbs are joined by either or neither nor, the verb follows the proximity rule. Perhaps you are listening the proximity rule for the first time, but you are very much acquainted with the examples, I hope. Look at the examples. Neither Rohim nor his friends, B is there in bracket, regular. So proximity rules, that means verb will be changed according to the nearer subject, not the farthest subject, or the earlier subject, or the subject that comes in the at the first part in sentence. Not, the verb will be changed according to the nearer subject, or which is very much adjacent to the subject. Neither Rohim nor his friends are regular. Why are is used? Because friends, here you see friends is very much near to the verb. That's why the verb is changed according to uh, friends, according to friends, and that's why friends is plural, verb is also plural. Some more examples of this rule. Either the players or the captain. Very much interesting rule. What should be there? Look, what is a nearer to the verb? Captain. Captain is singular. That's why you can use is. Then again, you see the another example. Either you or your brother um, is guilty. Why is guilty? Because your brother is singular. Very simple and clear. Rule 8. One more examples of this rule. Neither Dina nor her colleagues take bribe. I hope you have got the idea why take is used here. Okay, these are all for today. In our next class, I hope to discuss something more from text also. In our English classes, we'll discuss in every class we will discuss something from text, some grammar will be discussed, and also every day I will give you 5 to 10 new words, and I am instructing you. Mm, I urge upon you to maintain a separate khata, separate notebook for new words. Whenever you learn any new words or any phrase, you need to put that word in your notebook and learn every day at least 5 words. Vocabulary learning takes time, and if you learn at least 5 or 7 or 8 new words every day, at the end of the month you'll see that you have learned a lots of words. For example, if you're learning 5 words a day, after 30 days you'll see that you have learned 150 words, and you will learn that words very well. You won't forget those words. But if you take an attempt to learn 150 words in 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, it is nearly impossible. It will be very much difficult for you. So from now on, maintain a different khata, different notebook for vocabulary. Only that will be used only for your vocabulary. And you'll see that vocabulary learning is very much important, very crucial for your English part. And I hope that you'll attend classes every day and be regular in your online classes. And when the college reopens, we hope to meet you all, and we will enjoy our classes together. And I hope that you will follow the uh, health regulations and stay at home. And for the time being, uh, you need to stay at home and study properly and manage the book. I have told you the English for Today published by NCTB. This is mandatory for you. So collect that book. And that's all from me, and hope to see you soon.